Thank you so much for joining us today, Ariana. So, what I've heard is that you're the expert in stage direction. Is that true?
I am, yes.
In that case, would you be able to give our viewers a bit of an explanation on what stage direction is and what they need to know as actors about it?
Well, I suppose I could give a short explanation.
Thank you so much.
You see, stage direction are commands that an actor or actress must know if they are going into this business. The directors aren't going to teach you. It's not nearly that juvenile. See, this is the stage right here. This is center. Upstage is the back of the stage, and downstage is the closest to the audience. So that's generally where the main person would probably be if they're being smart. So there are 3 actions the main actor or actress they would need to know. First, there is open up, which is exactly as you would expect. They open up slightly to the audience, not completely facing them, but facing them slightly. This is usually happening as they're expounding about something. Maybe they've discovered something about themselves, or maybe they're singing, I don't know. The other action is quite the opposite. It's called turning in. They're turning away from the audience. This is usually happening if they're having some sort of emotional turmoil or issue. And the last one that you need to know as a singular actress or actor is turn out. This is where you are looking off the side. If you were standing right here, I suppose it would be downstage left that you would look this way. And you are looking at something approaching from off the stage. Now, this would probably just be the people coming into the next scene, but as an actor, I'm sure you could find a way to not be surprised by this. Now, of course, you wouldn't be acting alone, that'd be idiotic. So there's something called sharing the stage, where there's a pair of you, and you stand next to one another, both open to the audience. Now, this is so that the attention isn't just on either one of you. Both of you are sharing the scene, so attention shouldn't be on one more than the other. Now, there are, of course, more than 2 people, generally. There should be. There are more than 2 people, so when you dress the stage, it's where you make everyone on stage look like they belong there. If you're an audience member and you look up on the stage and you think, wow, that's the worst mess I've ever seen, then you're dressing the stage very wrong. This is taking a while.
I'm very sorry we're taking up so much of your time. This is very informative. Thank you.
Oh, I'm glad you think so. You should. The last one, which is personally one of my favorites, is called masking, or cheating, if you prefer that term. It's where you're acting like you're doing something when you're really not. Like when you're fighting someone or playing a piano. See, you don't actually want to punch your fellow actor in the face, and I'm fairly sure none of you can play the piano, so you have to pretend like you're doing these things. Like, kind of like I've been pretending to drink this entire time. I'm really not very fond of this drink. But yes, that is generally what you need to know about stage direction.
Thank you so much, Ariana. This has been wonderful. Thank you.
Yes.
Hi, Peggy Sue.
Hello, how are you?
Doing great. How are you?
Doing great.
So we've heard that you are the expert on training actors.
Yes,
I
am.
Well, can you teach us a little bit about what you teach your actors?
Well, first of all, there's this thing called natural ability. And it's just something that you're born with. Either you have it or you don't. And you just have to discover it. Next, you have to train. Train. You got to put in the work, and also you got to practice. It's just practice makes perfect. Everybody knows that. Next, you got to become, your body and your voice has to become an instrument. You've got to be able to cry on cue. You've got to be able to laugh on cue. You've got to be able to be what the director wants you to be. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's great. Next, you've got to memorize, which goes back to the training and the practice. It's all one big circle, like a big loop. It's great. Next, you've got to make yourself interesting, indispensable, valuable. You've got to learn how to fence. You got to learn how to wrangle hogs. You got to learn chess. You got to do all those crazy things, you know? Because you never know what kind of role you're going to get, and you don't want to be typecast as one single thing, or else you all will be dispensable, and they can just, get rid of you, hire someone else. Very important. So yeah, that's great. The next thing is you have got to learn how to articulate your words, because if people don't understand you, it's gonna be a big problem. So big problem. Can't even, tell you what kind of problem it would be. Next, you gotta work on pronunciation and accents. You've got to learn how to talk in a southern accent like I do. You've got to learn how to talk normal. You've got to learn how to do foreign accents, all that kind of stuff. You don't want to be monotone either, because people will get bored and they'll leave the theater. It's the worst thing. It's happened before. You also need to learn to laugh and to cry and to show emotion and pull it out of people, because they're coming to be entertained. They're not going to do it for you. So yeah, it's a lot of work, but I love what I do.
Oh, thank you so much, Becky Sue. Thank you for sharing all that with us.
It was great. My pleasure.
Thank you. Baba Yaga? Baba Yaga.
Baba Yaga.
Sorry, I just escaped from Siberian Gulag. What was the question?
We wanted to ask you about how to become your character.
Oh, yes. I am very good at this. I am pro. Well, to see. To become character, you must know who they are, both physically and mentally. So physically, that is like their mannerisms, like how they act, if they do weird things, or they like always fold their arms or something weird. And then mentally is what they think about, or like how they react to other people's. If they's like sad, or if they's happy, those kind of junk. Then you have to know how they treat others. If they is jerk, treat people like jerks. If you a saint or like very good person, treat others like very good person. It's like the golden rule, like your babushka tatu. Treat others how they want to be treated, or just like how your character would treat them. Then, you need to observe people. This is like stalking, but it's not stalking, it's people watching. You do not get arrested for people watching. Then, but like with people watching, you can like see mannerisms that they do, or like weird ways they talk or something, I don't know. And then, emotion memory. This is very important. Let's say you get on stage and you are supposed to cry, but you cannot bring yourself to cry. So you must remember a very, very sad time of your life. Such as like when your dog died, you will cry. Or like when you got thrown in Siberian Gulag, you will cry. Or when your dog got thrown in Siberian Gulag, you will cry even more. Anyway, then you need to get to know someone, like the real life of your character. Like if they is firefighter, you need to go talk to firefighters and like see what they do. If they is policeman, talk to policemen. Stuff like that, like occupational junk. Then you need to do lots of improv. You need to give yourself situations where you can be like your character and you can act like them. So yeah.
That's great. I think that's all we need, Baba Yaga. Thank you very much.
Oh, das ist my sweater. I keep this for keeps.
Hello, Canarsie Leclay.
Why, hello there.
So you're a famous Broadway actress.
That is true.
Can we ask you some questions?
Sure, why not, darling? Hit it.
First off, what kind of training does an actor need to go through?
Well, you see, an actor needs to go through some sort of college or acting school, and you get a degree in acting or something, and then you, like, learn how to do a variety of characters, and then you graduate, and bada bing, bada boom, you're done.
That's great. Was it always like this, or...?
Actually, no. Way back when, they had, like, apprentices learning from masters, and you would learn how to do, like, a single character, and you would be in that character for the rest of your days.
Was that exciting?
Oh, no, it was very boring. Are you kidding me? Who wants to be the same person for the rest of their days, especially if your days are long? This is gonna be terrible.
So, to become an actress, you're pretty successful.
Oh, yes, I am.
Was that process difficult or easy for you?
Oh, honey, let me tell you. It was difficult. I came from the slums. Would you believe that? So, let me tell you. I mean, there are haters all over the world. I don't even know why. They just want to troll you on the internet or something. And I mean, haters are everywhere. Like this girl. I don't even know. You just pretend she ain't there, block it out, and she won't even bother you. It's called acting, folks. Try it out sometimes. And then the other thing that's difficult is that sometimes you just don't have a job. I mean, like, acting's a big industry. There's a lot of competition, so you can't get every job there is. I mean, I didn't get every job there is, but, like, look at me. I'm still doing just great. Also, you also will get roles that you don't even like. Like sometimes you'll be like, oh, I have no job, and then you get a role and you're like, maybe I still don't want this job because it's kind of the worst. And I mean, sometimes you'll end up as that weird side character or some ensemble weirdo, and you're like, what is the point? I went to 4 years of acting school for this. But just keep with it, guys. Persistent. Just do it.
That's great. So, with how difficult it is there anything that you'd suggest that would make acting and getting a job a little bit easier?
Yes, I would say exposure is key, darling. Exposure is key. You need to remember that, because if people don't know that you can act, how are they gonna put you in their movie? They're not gonna be like, oh, let's get this random chick off the sidewalk. I wonder if she can act. I mean, they never think that. They never do that. And so don't pretend like it's gonna happen, because it ain't. So an agent is very key with this, because the agent can let people know that you're an actor and let people know that you're good and what you've been in, and they can show people your jobs and stuff, and then they got the ins and outs to the system. They know how to help you. So get yourself an agent. And then just be patient and persistent. Don't give up. Just keep going. I mean, you'll get a job eventually, so just keep trying.
That is wonderful information. Thank you so much for all your help.
Oh, no problem, darling. Anytime. Anytime.